Happy Friday, everybody. We got some familiar faces back, but guess what? It's not stopping the sun. Let's start the show. Here we go.
Every morning at 8:45 Eastern, Option Omega's got your back. Troy's dreaming big like LeBron, mass backtesting like a daddy Mac. Dan's 30 years got our way, trading life and markets every day. Option Omega, you're traded home, where every move makes you feel less alone.
How's everybody doing this morning? We got some familiar faces. Troy, are you in the I'm trying to see, that looks like some sort of native canoe behind you.
I think he's in an art gallery.
Are you canoeing? Are you coming to us live from an art gallery?
It would be quicker if I did.
Ooh.
Shout out. No, listen. No, hey, everybody.
Shout out.
Let's talk about it. Let's do it, Troy. Go
I'm
on.
in Denver. I had a great trip to California, and was wonderful, relaxing, and you get well rested. And then the last day when you come home, they say, "Hey, did you enjoy your rest? Welcome to hell." And that's what flights are.
That good, huh?
That's fun. It's fine.
Listen.
But listen, I'm in beautiful Denver. I've never been to Denver before. I walked around for about 2 hours last night, long after my poor wife went to bed, exploring the city. And
Oh no.
they, two things. They've got sushi here that I couldn't get in Knoxville. Shout out Denver for that.
Okay.
Wow.
Two, a lot of tweakers.
Okay.
A lot of tweakers. A lot of drug addicts. A lot of drug addicts walking the street.
Really? In depth?
Yeah. Now I'm in a fine spot, but they had. We went to the CVS to grab some stuff across from the hotel. It's a nice hotel. The Oreos were on lockdown. They had locked down the Oreos.
Oh, is there a big underground Oreo scene in Denver? Is that kind of what's going on right now? Or is there some sort of like drink that's made with Oreos that's illicit or something?
First roll of Underground Oreo Club, as you don't talk about Underground
That's right.
Oreo Club.
Troy, did you get a Voodoo Donut while you were in Denver? Have you heard of Voodoo Donuts? Did you see them? They have a pink box, I believe.
I have been here less than 12 hours, and I will have to leave in like 3 hours. So
Okay,
unfortunately, I
that
probably
good.
won't. Yeah, but I will say I was walking around for about 2 hours, and everyone tells me in Denver it takes a while to get used to climate, thinner climate. You know, the Olympians train here. And I was like, I must be in the greatest shape of my life because this isn't. And then I turned a corner and said, oh, there it is. The climate's a real thing. It does throw you off a little bit if you've been
It's a
walking.
mile high. You're high, up a
I'm
mile higher than normal.
I went from land, from sea level, literally, to or below sea level in some way, to high. So Papa's feeling it. But anyway, I haven't looked at the market. All-time highs.
All time. It's higher than Denver.
It can't get high enough.
Can't get high enough.
High enough. Yeah.
Listen, Troy's got 2 hours left in Denver. Anybody in the chat from Denver, tell him what to do in his last 2 hours. So we got an exciting show, guys. We do have a little bit of business to take care of first. And if you can see on the notes today, we have a beautiful image. Shout out to our Discord. This is the Aurora Borealis from Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Oh man.
And this was submitted by one of our faithful many on the OO Discord. What a gorgeous picture of the Borealis. And you know what? We've got a couple others. This one, shout out to Foxy. This one came from Foxy. Here's another one.
Wow.
This one right here. Where's this? Guys, take a guess. Take a guess where this is. I'm not going to tell you. Troy, what state? I'll give you a clue. It's on one of the coasts. What state is this?
I'm going to say that's Rhode Island.
New Jersey.
Oregon. Washington.
2 of the guesses were close. Dan, you're on the wrong coast.
Dan's a West Coast elitist. We all know that.
This is a shout out to longtime caller on the show, Gets Out Alive. This is in New York.
Oh,
and
no.
we've got
Close with Jersey.
just gorgeous. There's Sheboygan. Here's another Sheboygan, and another Sheboygan.
Shout out Sheboygan.
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 Close to where many of my family are from.
Yeah,
So
really?
as soon as I saw Sheboygan, I was like, I know where that
Where's
is.
your family from, Matt?
Are you familiar?
Near Sheboygan, of course.
Rural?
So
Rural?
I've got listen. Simons, there's a lot of Simons floating around northern, upper Midwest, floating around. So guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. This show has high levels of production. It doesn't usually have the level of production that we had going into the show, where we had pictures of the Northern Lights. And yesterday, when I made the show notes, for number 1, I just decided to let's just put what happened yesterday as the note, and we'll talk about it. And boy, did the market ever deliver and bail us out to have a great starting topic. Because Troy, do you know that we are currently down 66 points? Yesterday, after dropping 113 points, we are down almost 200 points from the beginning of yesterday.
My account knows it. My heart knows it. My mind knows it. The only thing I can say is I trust automated trading. Shout out option-related automation. I let the bots run this week. Thursday or Wednesday or some day, when we had a slight little turn, my little discretion heart kicked in about 3:00 in the morning.
Oh my goodness!
There we go.
And I bought a put calendar when we were unchanged for the day. The next day, I sold the short and kept the long, expiring Monday, because I thought, it's weird price action. I mean, guys, listen.
Yeah.
To bounce like we did and kind of stall and then just like head back down.
Yeah.
That's not good. I mean, that's not good price action. And so I kept that. So I have this one put that I had, I think it was $400 Wednesday, and it's now about $7,000. Now that sounds great, except for
wow. Are you serious?
Yeah, except for I have some other positions that are not negative delta, and so it's not really. At best, it's just kind of helping the bleeding a little bit, to be honest.
Well, still nice. Pays for the drink at the art gallery, Troy, that you're at right now.
That's right.
Dan,
we're still up. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Again, just keeping. We'll call this statement. Don't drink. Careful on drinking the Kool-Aid. When you look at, again, last year down 20%, the year before down 20%. Even at the opening today, we'll be up 13.5% or so. So I mean, come on. I mean, it just seems like as they say in the old mafia movies, I'm a reasonable man. I mean, what do we expect here? And I think it's just a lot of these, right? NVIDIAs and Amazons and all these are the ones getting kind of blown out here, right? But you're getting some rotation into some of the, there's some good green in some of the other sectors in the ETF. So it just seems like they're moving. I mean, I was just looking. I mean, if you just follow that a little bit. But I think, the other thing I'd say, if I was going to get a T-shirt today, hopefully VIX Alive, because the VIX was really uninterested for most of the week. I mean, in terms of really, it takes a while to get the VIX excited. And it'd be interesting today. I don't know what it shows where VIX will open. Does it show in there?
Yeah, we're at 22.4.
Yeah, it's a lot. You're right.
It's a little spicy.
Yeah, like Rusty says, but it still is Troy, the VIX master. Wouldn't you say you kind of get interested when it gets maybe over 25, Troy? Or where do you get a little more involved?
25, but then also like we're in a weird VIX machine right now where it's like you can't really get below 17, and we haven't been able to really all year. I mean, I know there were some time periods where we got to 15, but we're in a sticky vol environment. Now, the problem with this is it's not high enough sticky vol.
That's right.
To like account for the moves. And so
that's right.
17 can stay for a while, and that's sticky. But if you're having 150-point swings every other day, that makes it really difficult for range-bound trades.
Yes, and that's happened to time spreads even this week. Is multiple reports from myself of time spreads getting blown out on the upside. And so that's not, it's the whole relationship between what VIX is saying and what the market is doing. And again, Dan, we talked about this on the show this week. VIX is not volatility. VIX is one measure of volatility. And so, we're not going to come up with the ideal 0-day vol gauge here on the show, but I mean, it's been, I would say, one of the themes of 2024, and I would say Trump gets blamed for it with the tweeting, but it's this relationship between the 0-day vol and kind of what the options are cost via the VIX.
Yeah.
So,
when you think about that, I mean, it's a couple things in my head, right? Like there is a reality to where you have geopolitical events being live streamed essentially via Twitter, or X, which is a new phenomenon in the history of the world. Like that's just, you didn't have the Roman emperor being like, it wasn't a thing, right? Like the carrier pigeon could only go so fast, and so
the carrier pigeon,
or the falcon or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's a real thing that we have pretty massive things being announced in the middle of the day, right? Yeah. And on top of that, though, I think there's this narrative about easy money. Like everyone's hoping that the interest rates go back to like 0, so we can just be degenerates again and throw money at every stupid idea like that dumb fake burger crap. And so, sorry, I don't want it. Sorry. The whatever burger, Wonder Burger, whatever the heck it was called. It's already kind of like Troy.
Invisible Burger.
Well, now it's Invisible Burger. Yeah, that's like the scene from Hook where they're eating the fake food and they're all pretending it's good. That's to me, that's the
Rufio.
That's right. So
I don't mean to interrupt. Let me just go ahead and, if you don't mind, let me just
save the show, Troy.
Troy loves Impossible Burger.
San Luis Obispo. Shout out that city. We flew out of there. It's the smallest airport I've ever seen in my life, but the nicest. It was the weirdest thing. This is going to get to Rusty's thing about inflation and low interest rates. 6 gates. It makes Knoxville look like O'Hare. I mean, it's crazy. But they have a courtyard outside where you can sit with Adirondack chairs and all this stuff. Super nice. California vibes. I went in because I was hungry because we got delayed they had 2 tacos. Now, airport food, you're going to pay more for. You know that going on.
Yeah.
Double.
There's two tacos.
$400.
You get 2 tacos. It's $10. I thought, that's not bad. I'll get that. That's the most affordable thing. The size of these tacos is a large man who's trying to make changes but doesn't want to make changes right now. Those tacos were offensively small.
Wow.
Offensively small.
Like a 9-volt battery. Was it smaller or larger than this 9-volt battery, Troy?
I told my wife, I said, listen, I don't want to buy the beef sandwich because I'm still hungry. They have a beef sandwich. I'm afraid it's going to come on like a cracker. It's going to be 2 crackers with like a thing of beef for $14.
And it's just a piece of beef jerky that someone snipped off with some scissors. A cracker.
And that explained the economy more than anything I've ever seen.
Right, but you're seeing that when you say, I mean,
it's everywhere.
When visit the kids or something, going to town. It's like and it's not like my wife will say, "Well, you don't need to be a glutton." I said, "No, but I want to be able to go into a restaurant and be able to come home and not eat again." Right. And these restaurants are like, it's beautiful, but I'm like, I'm a grown man. I mean, just give me enough to just make me where I should reasonably be satisfied. Right.
Exactly. I'm here to eat food, not the idea of food.
Yeah, I mean, come on. When they start calling main entrees, which are really camouflage for an appetizer,
Yeah.
good grief. Can I just say one thing? Not switching subject, but just bringing up. We're going. We were talking about the market.
Yeah.
The thing that could make things, as Rusty said, a little more spicier this Friday. You know, I don't know what it is with people, but it's like, you know, if this were happening on a Wednesday today, you know, got a lot going. But Friday, people get a little squirrely about going home over the weekend long or something, and it could exasperate it, or it could. But I think one thing is we definitely could, you know, when the door opens and we're down whatever 60, 70, you know, you think of something. I know the vol's higher, but if you can do a Rick with relatively low VIX, I gotta believe we're gonna get some movement today. Right?
I agree. I agree completely. I mean, you think about last Friday's price action. We were sitting there down bigly, and we just didn't go anywhere. And we rallied pretty hard, or I think we closed up that day. I mean, it was like a 80, 90 point.
It was a rally the same as the level you're having in the background in your art gallery, Troy.
That's right. Thank you. So listen, I'm going to mute again in a second. But what I'll say is the thing that was interesting about that is you look at it and you say, okay, we rallied. So you knew if you watch the market for 5 minutes, you know, like, okay, Monday we're probably up. I mean, if you had to guess, you know, if it's a guessing game, we're probably up. Today, I would, if we rally into the close like we did last Friday, I would honestly just be like, it'd be one of those moments, and I have these 2 times a week, but moments where it's like, I literally have no idea what this market is trying to do. Because I really do expect it to flush into the close, Dan, like you expect, like you're saying. Yeah. Like, I expect movement either way, but I expect it to the downside, to be honest.
I do.
And now Monday we could rally, but I do not expect to rally today. I say that and I stamp it, understanding that we could close up. That's just the market we're in right now.
But you do believe wherever we open, at some point during the day, we'll be 50 points higher or lower. Yeah. Good chance for that today.
And watching the VIX is key on those days, because if any move up, VIX starts retracting. It's just a mechanism. Like it will continue to rally. If VIX just says, I don't care what you're doing, and that's what it's been doing to the downside. Like, it won't go up. It's just like, I don't care. You know, 116 point move. It's like 9% up on the day. Like,
I know.
That's tough. I mean, so we'll see.
I mean, I've heard that some of the narrative today is around the fact that people are thinking that, oh, maybe we're not going to get a giant rate cut or any kind of rate cut in December.
Well,
that's what I was saying about the interest rates and the free money. Everyone, there's just like this fever dream that that there should be no interest rate at all or whatever. And you see people talking about it all the time. And I think, guys, like, inflation hasn't eased. Why are we even dreaming of lowering the Fed fund rate? Like, what are we talking? Like, are there any fundamentals left? I don't know.
Well, there haven't been for 20 years. Agreed. And this inflation thing there's a couple things that have happened recently in kind of the ether. And when I say ether, I mean my Twitter feed about this. And one of them is this idea of a 50-year mortgage that was floated.
Oh, yeah.
And another is something that happened a couple weeks ago, which is the open enrollment for Obamacare happened. And listen, we've got a great back test coming up here that we're going to get to in a minute. But we're gonna
old people at Hardee's this morning.
We're gonna dive deep into this minute. But here's the deal.
That's the dream, Troy.
The 30-second explanation is this. I've been buying my insurance. If you're an international viewer, insurance in the US is typically tied to your employer. It's a bizarre system. It's very convoluted. Health insurance. It's very broken, has been for a long time. And about 10 years ago, Obama got a plan passed, which is called Obamacare. It's got a technical name, but people still call it Obamacare. And they introduced a marketplace where you could buy insurance on the marketplace. And every November, there's like 8 to 12 weeks that's called open enrollment, where you can go and buy insurance. And so open enrollment just started. And I've been buying it since the first year it was available. And the rates went up 20 to 40% this year. And they've been high for the whole time it's been around. It's always been expensive. It went nuts this year. And people are really starting to realize, holy cow, this inflation thing, like it feels like, again, in the ether is something maybe about to break. I don't know. But the inflation thing, we're going to revisit the inflation discussion next week because it's real. And something else we're going to revisit is the idea of this backtest. And this is a beginner backtest. And here's the deal. Dan and I had a really great show yesterday. Shout out to you, Dan. Great show. And we talked about a trade for somebody who's kind of newer to options, a more beginner trade. Dan, if you remember, we did a debit strangle yesterday on the show.
Yeah.
And one of the things that Dan pointed out, which is a great observation, is it's great to have a couple different types of trades if you are new to options. And Troy, you're still in the art gallery. Would you like to take a crack at this, or should we have Rusty do it?
I like to hear Rusty's voice. I'm not
okay. So this is one variation of about 10 different backtests on this theme. Rusty, I present to you the X/5 Delta EMA PCS.
Wow.
Beginner backtest.
That is an intense name. X/5. It sounds like a skateboard company from the 90s.
That's correct.
Yeah.
The show is tonight at 7:30 on MTV.
Is there a music video with all of us? I would love to see
yes.
that. I'm not even going to go into the fact that I was trying to explain music videos to my teenagers the other day. So yeah, look at this. First of all, it's a floating entry test.
Yes.
That is a bullish put credit spread, right? So the trade will make money if the market goes either sideways or up, right? That's the nice thing about selling premium, I guess, is it doesn't have to actually go that much up. And so what is this? It's 20 delta, so it's moderate. I would call that a moderate delta. We're not selling pennies, right?
Yeah.
If you look at the trade log, I'm sure you'll get decent credit. You can actually see, that you're $140 looks like max winner is the best you do. You're often getting 50 cents to a buck in premium because it's 5 wide. Right, but the actual short's probably between, my guess is $3 to $6 most of the time, and there you go, $4, $5, $6.
Very good guess. It's like you've done this before.
Well, 20 delta beginning of the day, depending when you enter, you're going to get more premium at the beginning of the day generally than the end of the day, and so but because it's 5 wide, you're not getting a ton for it, right? So your risk is $5 minus the premium you got. So it's probably at about better than 10 to 1, but maybe 8 to 1 risk reward here. And you don't have any exit. That's the key, right?
That's right.
You're trying to use bullish signals to say this is a ride or die. And the nice thing about that is you don't have to fuss with slippage. You don't have to ask yourself, is the exit slippage or the stop loss slippage going to ruin this trade? Is this realistic? I should forward test it, blah, 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 blah. No, you know that there's no exit. You're just going to either get cash settled for the max loss, or you're going to get that premium at the end of the day received for whatever you sold it for, and it's going to expire worthless. And that's I will say that's a nice thing. So what else is going on here?
Yeah, that's great.
Above, so 30-minute EMA. So if the current price action is above the 30-minute exponential moving average, right? So you're in a bullish kind of trend, and overnight the VIX went up. So it was juice. So there was probably some sort of gap down overnight, right? But you're moving upwards. So you're saying, oh, we gapped. It's not a gap down, but like volatility was juiced overnight, but we're trending upward. Sell. So premium hopefully is decent. It's not terrible, but we're in an upward trend.
This is
every day but Thursday.
Rusty, that was golden. There's a couple comments. And chat, we're going to let you vote. So we've got 10 minutes. So get ready to vote. Chat, They love Rusty. More of Rusty on the show. This is our heart's desire. The reason I called this the X5 Delta, it's a 5 offset, but I ran this with 25, 45, 40, 30, 35. You can see all of these are variations on the theme. So chat, we're going to decide what Delta you want the save link to be. 25, 20, 45. And you can see as we change the Delta, the risk reward changes. But Troy, Rusty said something that was interesting. It made me think of one of the many brilliant things you've said, which is Rusty talked about there's no exit. There's no exit slippage to worry about. You made the comment one time, this was actually discussed today in our Discord. There are certain types of trades that people have developed and implemented that almost require becoming a stop loss technician. Do you want to talk about that for a minute and why this isn't that trade?
Well, I mean, the thing is, stop losses allow you basically, it's a theoretical loss that you backtest on and you model out. But the actual, what people have found that to be the case is that's not the actual max loss.
That's
and
right.
That's kind of the issue with it. I've heard the other side too. So I want to try to remain Switzerland with it, which is to say it's the only way to trade sizable with that type of strategy, to have the stop loss. And you have to do your own due diligence and research and things like that. I can say personally, it's interesting to me that when people are talking about options with particular strategies, there are certain strategies where you really have almost stopped talking about options at that point, and you're just talking about stop losses. And
you're just talking about mechanics. And thank you, Troy. That was wonderful. That's exactly what I was looking for. And Dan, when we talked about the test yesterday on the show, there were a couple things that we liked for beginners. As I'm looking at this, one of the things that we talked about, Dan, was I wouldn't start out trading automated trades. I would start out trading manual trades. And with this one, there's really only two things you would need to do. And you would want to be kind of close to a computer, but you would just need to verify the VIX overnight move. And then you would just need to, so that you could do passively at the beginning of the day. All you would really need to do is set an alert whenever the 30-minute EMA is crossed. Dan, you want to talk for a second about the value of somebody who's new learning how to enter, and in this case, not exit, but in general, learn the practices of entering and exiting, the actual mechanics of how a trade works?
Oh, it's crucial. I mean, there's so many, we forget at times when you're a beginner and you're coming into the business, like any business, right? You're learning psychology of trades, how to execute an order, how to exit an order. You're learning the back testing tool, the modeling tool. That's a lot on somebody's plate, and they're a mess, right? And so the only thing you can do to save new people, new traders from themselves, is keep the capital low. And what I like about a trade like this is you can do in a $6,000 vehicle, you're doing a stinking $400 trade. So unless somebody does something crazy like pulls the long leg and leaves you short or something, you're in good shape on this. And I think it's good to just see that even, what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, another thing I was going to say on this, if this is tied to the EMA, I kind of like, my vote would be, if it could work in a back test, I like a higher delta, because you're basically saying this is directional, right?
Yeah.
If it's EMA, this isn't like a something like Tammy might do or others were an iron condor, for maybe a 10 delta or 15 delta. This is saying, hey, I want to go closer to at the money. It's directional. You're going to get a better risk reward, right? On the trade, and go for it. I mean, that's what so I would go from a 20, I guess I would, again, with the testing and tweaking it, maybe a 35, 40, 45 delta, closer to at the money on that. But the other thing I think, Matt, what you said is brilliant too, for a new person, to have them do the order, right? Do it themselves and forget the stop loss. Just say, hey, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to keep, so they can appreciate the wackiness of the whole thing and how to get out of an order, I think that's good, because here's the thing. If they're not doing it, right, and that's the biggest thing, is for somebody to follow a plan. If they're not doing it, why are they going to be any good trusting the back testing and automation? No, they're going to be crummy at it. So you got to, and again, you're talking $400 trade here, right? If someone can do it for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades, and that's the testing ground to see how they're doing. Anyways.
Yeah, and just this idea that as if you look at this from a beginner standpoint, what are some things that we like about it? Well, I think Rusty, you kind of nailed those right away. You mentioned it's a ride or die, which it's, as a beginner, it's good to have both types of trades, where trades that you watch settle, or hopefully you're not watching them settle, but trades that settle, and then trades that are exited. It's good to learn both skills. This one is a credit trade, so it's good to have an understanding of how a credit trade works. It's good to have the possibility of, learning how to do stuff. As Dan said, it's just essential that you learn, the understanding of here's how a trade is opened and closed, because automation, shout out to automation, because automation has made options trading. It's lowered the bar of understanding those mechanics, which can be good, but you really need to understand how they work as a trader. Guys, we've got a couple different deltas here. We've got here's a 35. We did the 20. I dropped the link 10 minutes ago if you want to play around with it, but we're going to pick one of these and save whatever delta we want. So put your favorite delta in the chat. Troy, put credit spreads. People have said it's been a tough year for a lot of different types of trades. Put credit spreads this year, though. JSP, we got some JSP fans in OO. And if you look at it, what do you think year to date?
I mean, listen, if you're a PCS person, PCS, you know what I mean? Now, listen, it could be the lack of oxygen in Denver. But I think, personally speaking, like the banana boat should sail down the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'll let you guys get back to it for
the banana boat.
Troy, it's impossible to replicate your presence on the show. There's indeed nothing like it. I believe, don't they sell? Have you seen them sell those? It's kind of like in Total Recall. I think they sell oxygen in cans. Have you seen this anywhere there?
I will look for it, because
they do. I promise you, this is a real thing.
$50 at the airport.
When you go up Pikes Peak, they sell them, and I bet they sell them everywhere, but it's oxygen in a can. It's literally, I think you're supposed to I think what happens is you take a hit of that and then you just buy puts.
I got sushi last night, and I talked to the waiter, and I said, I was feeling pretty bad. I said, hey, I just got here. How long does it take to acclimate? And I think he thought that I meant I just moved here.
Oh.
And he said
2 weeks.
Can I be honest with you? I said, yeah. He said, you're not going to like this. Some people it takes months.
Okay. I think I'll be good.
I'm leaving tomorrow, so we'll be okay.
I hope not to be here for months.
Yeah.
My family and my workmates will not appreciate that. So.
Well, the chat has suggested $50. Here's 50 delta. Now, they said they had an entry time and everything. Shout out to you, Stephen. Hopefully you got some Northern Lights in your neck of the woods. And actually 50 delta year to date has done kind of well. There are people who say, I've heard it said, many people say, if you must make a trade and don't know what to do, you could do worse than selling a put spread. I think that's a quote. Abraham Lincoln, 1963. I think he had that quote about options. I read that on the internet. So guys, quick check. It's 9:19, 11 minutes to open. We're down 60 points. So it looks like we're going to open somewhere in the 66, 75 range, maybe. Anybody have a pre-market guess? Here's that 50 delta, by the way, not with a fixed time. You know what this tells me? This tells me options it's tough to find edge. They're usually priced kind of fairly most of the time. But listen, we're going to open up below 66, We're going to open up below 66.75. It looks like. Where are we going to finish today? We never do predictions. We're starting it today. Predictions. Dan, where are we going to finish in the SPX? I know it's a lot of pressure.
Oh, no predicting. Come on,
No
Lane.
predicting. I say we're going to move wherever we open. At some point in the day, we'll be up or down 50 from where we open up.
That's a great 50-point move. Troy, how's your little heart full of puts doing?
It's doing fine. I think I just did a butterfly in ES because you can basically, now you have to equivalent this to SPY, but basically like $600 to $700, you can get an SPX butterfly that's broken wing to the downside for, you know, and it's going to pay off 4 to 1, 5 to 1. So if you want to take a shot, you know, but you don't want to just buy a put, you're afraid of stuff like that, you know, it'd be a day, if you have the modeling tool, model out some broken wing butterflies to the downside. You know, usually do calendars to the downside. But on a day like this, if you think you're going to flush and you're going to end on a low, might be a chance to take a butterfly.
I love that. This is even better than predictions. Rusty, any thoughts?
No thoughts at all. No thoughts. I don't make guesses. I don't really stare at the candles. It's not my style. So my thought is that I would love VIX to go up and stay a little elevated for a while. And let's juice some DCs, guys. Let's get
Rusty,
it going.
you heard it here first. We'll work for VIX. We'll work for VIX, folks.
Hey, Matt, can I go with real quick? Just strategy. I like what Troy said, the broken wing.
Yeah.
Well, but if you want a cheap kind of look at, I don't know what the expected move was today, but let's just say you thought, hey, up, pick one wing. A balanced butterfly. If you do on a $6,000 vehicle, you do a balanced butterfly either way, wherever you think, put your short at the expected move for the day, put your short wherever you want it. But that's going to be your cheapest cost-wise. If you do a 30Y butterfly on a $6,000 vehicle, it might be $300 for something like that. But because it's Friday, if it comes anywhere near that short strike at the end of the day, it'll come alive. I mean, you'll be, you could be up really good percent return, but that's a cheap shot. Whereas Troy's is giving on a broken wing, gives you a little better balance.
Yeah.
Be a little more expensive. So either one, I think, look at and see what fits you, you know.
Well, listen, I asked all four of us for guesses. None of us are going to give guesses because we don't give guesses, but I'm going to opine. I think you're right, Dan. I just think it's going to move. I don't think we're not going to stay here. I think we're going to either go up a lot or down a little bit more. So it's going to be an interesting day, guys. And listen, next week's a full week, but the week after that is Thanksgiving. And sometimes things get weird in these short weeks, and liquidity is different, and it could be spicy. So I ended up saving that back test with just the original 20 deltas, and it's in the link, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. Everybody stay safe today. Troy, stay safe on your journey back. And we will be back on Monday. Don't know how many of us will be back on Monday, but some number of us will be back on Monday. So guys, stay safe. We'll see you on